Hello, people. Facebook, YouTube, whoever's watching. I'm going to post this to both places. But just real quick, I'm going to share some knowledge. I'm going to impart some knowledge on with you guys. I'm going to share what I do know with you guys. The shooting in Vegas is a tragedy, but these shootings keep happening and keep happening, keep happening. We're not going to stop them, and it doesn't matter what gun control legislation is passed or unpassed or whatever. So I see people picking on President Trump, and I see people wanting to pass more gun legislation laws. And then on the other side, the other people are going, that's not going to solve it either. Um, Everybody having a gun is going to solve it. You know, have or have not is not going to solve it. There's no solution to this problem. There is, but we're not willing to accept the answer, so it's not going to happen because we can't agree on it anyway. So getting past that, because I know it's going to turn into a gun conversation, but that's not what I want it to be at all. What I want to do is share some information with you that I do know works, and is not a 100% guarantee, as much as people want a 100% guarantee and live in a fog of everything is wonderful and my safe space is protected. Safe spaces don't exist. That's the first rule you have to get through your heads, guys. There's no such thing as a safe space. I don't care if you're in the hardened bunker or if you are just out in the middle of absolute nowhere with nobody around you. You are never completely safe. That's the first thing you have to accept. The other thing is, when you're out in a public area, the human being is one of the most evil, mean things out there. You have less chance of being mauled by a bear than you do getting robbed in a city or murdered. The bear will leave you alone because the bear doesn't want to fight. The bear will leave. A human being takes the choice, I really don't like, I just want your wallet, or I'm going to take your wallet, and if you resist, I shoot you, or I just feel like raping you today. The human being has the ability to choose to do evil and harm to other people. And you cannot take that away from a person as much as some people think you can. The means as to which is just whatever's around. So take away guns, you're still going to have bad things. And you can still wipe out a lot of people without a gun. Okay? So the idea of the guns are the reason there's mass shootings, it wouldn't be a shooting. It would be still a mass death of some kind by a whole bunch of people. You have to accept that fact. And until you can get past that, the solution to the problem, your safety is at risk as long as you disagree with what I just said. Why? Because your safe space doesn't really exist. The idea of everyone not having a gun creates a huge safe space is flawed at best. Okay? Argue with me if you want. I don't care. I'm going to say I'm right because logically speaking, can you control the actions of other people all the time? Nope. And it starts with what they think. You cannot control their thoughts. You cannot control their emotions. You cannot control that. And right now we have a society that thinks we can. Everyone should just be happy and loving and wear rose-colored glasses and all the bad will go away. That is not how reality works, people. That has been taught to us by our TV. Mass brainwashing. The other thing is this. So let's see, we got to you have to identify the problem. You have to accept the problem as it is a problem. The third one is, if you don't know about the problem right off the bat, let's say you're one of the people down on the ground at the Mandalay Bay shooting in Vegas. And you heard crack, 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 pop, 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 pop. I'm a combat vet. I wouldn't have stood there. We got to get the hell out of here. And people look at me, why? Well, you know what? I'll tell you why after we get out of here. Because I may not be able to tell you why if we don't. You have to stop erring on the side of safety and err on the side of caution. It doesn't mean you freak out, doesn't mean you panic, doesn't mean you panic and flee and stomp some dude in the mud so you can get out of there and he doesn't and he'll die instead of you. That's not what it means. It means have the ability to accept the fact that it may not be safe where you're at suddenly. It was 10 seconds ago and now that situation has just changed and we need to leave. If you're in crack, pop, 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 head for some place that if is a danger, that you are protected somewhat. Because, like I said, safety is never 100%. You can catch a ricochet in the best of hardened bunkers, okay? Seek cover. Identify the fact you're getting shot at after you've taken cover. And after you've taken cover and you realize either, yes, we are being shot at, or no, we are not. Or, yes, we are being bombed, or no, we are not. You also need to help identify where the shooting is coming from. Okay? You can't stop the problem. Now, okay, I'm going to back up a little bit. If you are not of the mind to stop or help stop this individual and your only thought is to get to safety, that's okay. Get to safety. Get yourself out of there. But don't put others at risk doing so. So you seek cover, you find out where this individual or individuals are at, and you notify the authorities, and you help them get them stopped, okay? That's how you survive a mass shooting. Sometimes it's not going to happen for you. Sometimes they're going to come in on the level, and they're going to walk straight at you, and there's really nowhere you can go. But the rule of thumb there is do something. Do something. The video I watched is people standing around, looking around like, what's that? Oh, it's part of the fireworks. I didn't see any fireworks, which would indicate that might be a problem. It's time to take cover. The first screams and hollers I heard, there were still people standing around like, why are they screaming? Okay, you got evidence. Pop, 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 pop. Now you got people screaming. Not one, but several across the whole area. And people still standing around. What's going on? Your reaction time, how you react in a situation like that could mean the difference between life and death. Okay, if you're in an office building and you hear bang, 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 pop, 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 do you walk out into the hallway to see where it's at? Maybe. Chances are, though, you're gonna stand in the doorway and kind of look around the corner real quick. Don't step out into the hallway like everything's okay. Okay. You barricade yourself in so that it makes it harder for him to get to you. It doesn't mean he can't. It doesn't mean he won't. It just means they will be slower at doing so. That saves lives, people. That reduces the amount of people that get killed. In a large group setting, you are more likely to get hit. You're more likely to be shot at or bombed or whatever. So the second rule I want to go over here is stay out of large crowded areas. I get it. Everyone just has to learn to relax, right? So that's something else. Stop being relaxed. Become more aware of your surroundings and the idea that safety is up to you. Because the cops obviously can't stop everybody right now. Avoid those large crowded areas. Avoid them. I mean, you see how many mass shootings there are? If there's not a mass to shoot, you have a shooting, but you don't have a mass shooting. And I argue with people with this all the time, and they always disagree with me. I don't know how to put it to you guys any plainer. You can't stop all bad, but you can stop some. You can minimize the damage done just by the actions you take. The other one is have the ability to fight back. Have the willingness to fight back. If you don't have the willingness to fight back, it doesn't matter if you have an armament on you. All you do is arm the bad guy when he knocks you over the head, takes everything you have, and then uses it all on the general population. You need to have the ability to fight back. That includes mental preparation and training. Have some sort of training. That is my purpose here. Okay? Acknowledge there's a problem. That's what we don't do. Once we do know there's a problem, we need to help other people find out where it's at and solve that problem. And the third is if you don't have the stomach to fight, get out of there. But still, do it in a way that you don't put other people at risk. I know there's people that they're not mentally prepared. Train to fight, or if you don't want to fight because you think it's wrong, still learn to take cover. And it still takes that one step of acknowledging the fact that your safe space doesn't really exist, even though you think it does. And it is not up to somebody else. It's a change of mentality. And this country is in for a rude awakening. This country's had its awakenings, one right after another, and we still continue down the same path. And that's the path of insanity. Insanity being you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, even though it doesn't ever change the outcome of the situation. When you find out it doesn't work, you keep doing it, expecting a different result. So, apologize if you're sensitive, and I don't really care if you are. This needs to be said. Whether you listen or not, that's up to you. I can't force you to listen. That would be wrong as well. So, recap, if you stuck around for the 11 minutes, acknowledge there might be a problem. Don't accept the fact you think it's just safe, okay? You hear bang, 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 you better be doing something other than standing around. And 2, take cover and help others get to that cover as well. And 3, if you have the ability to fight back, be ready to fight back. And you do not have the ability to fight back if you've never fired your firearm, and if you haven't taken scenario-based training, if you haven't practiced your reloads, speed reloads, things like that. That's what those are for. Also, in this situation, and most people think handgun, you're not going to take out a situation like that with a handgun. You need to have the means to engage a hostile threat. A long range way, long distance, or even close range. The likelihood is minimal, but take the Mandalay Bay shooting as an example. If you don't learn from the past, you will repeat it. And if you guys don't realize something, we just keep repeating and repeating. And this is the short past, continually. And we want to argue and fight over gun control and how many bullets a gun can handle and hold. And well, if you didn't have that many, you guys are missing the point. If that's your argument still, if you guys are still arguing that point, you've obviously missed the boat of common sense, okay? Catch up, send you a life raft. I'll pilot it if I need to. But I guarantee I might get one person in the raft out of thousands, okay? So, good luck. And I hope this helped you guys. And yeah, pardon my sarcasm, but it happens when you get shot at a lot. Come back home and everybody goes, just got to learn to relax while they're getting mowed down themselves, okay? Disagree. I agree to disagree with that flawed idea of gotta relax. If this doesn't prove it, people, I don't know what does. So there's no clearer proof to stop relaxing than something like this. So sorry for the harshness, but it's got to be said.